What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on Draftkings for Wednesday, February 24th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman so you can get updates to these sim results as we get closer to lock. And finally, let me know in the comments section who are your favorite plays tonight on DK. We round out the bottom of my top 10 with DeJounte Murray, Jaylen Brown, Zach LaVine, Malik Beasley, and Jarrett Allen on the outside looking in. Jarrett Allen on the outside looking in on both sides tonight. Number 6, craziness. Anyway, who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. First up, coming in, number 5, JERAMI Grant. Small forward, power forward eligibility, which I love. 7,600, projected for 38. The goal is 48. Optimal lineup 17% of the time. You know what you're getting here. Big minutes, 36 minutes, 1.05 fantasy points, 1.06 fantasy points, something in that neighborhood. 27% usage, 23 points, 5 boards, 3.5 assists. Now I know, I get to JERAMI Grant a lot, and I get to guys like JERAMI Grant a lot. Someone like Gary Trent, for example, another guy that I roster pretty regularly. It's a pace-neutral matchup against the Pelicans, if I didn't say that yet. I don't think that I did. I like rostering guys that I think can take a lot of shots. We hear a lot of people say, oh, he's very scoring dependent. And that's okay for me, particularly on guys like JERAMI Grant, who have the athletic and defensive ability to pop, steal, and block upside games. When they have their outlier, when you have like true outlier games in the NBA at a 7K price tag, it's usually because someone picked up additional steals and blocks. And when JERAMI Grant does that, he's also falling back on being the primary creator for the Pistons. So he's going to take a ton of shots basically every single game, no matter what. On the days that he has the outlier steal and block days, that's when he's going to really pop into lineups. So I like having that fallback plan of just simply the guy that takes a lot of shots, which shouldn't be all that surprising. I think that this is a spot where that could very easily happen. Even though it is a mild pace down spot against the Pelicans, it looks like Steven Adams is probably going to be back for New Orleans as well, but 36 minutes at 27% usage and small forward plus power forward eligibility, I'm going straight back to JERAMI Grant. Or you could pay up a little bit more for Jayson Tatum, small forward, power forward eligibility, 9,200, projected for 48. The goal's 54, optimal lineup. Similar, 17% time of the time. 17% time, that's not even a sentence. Anyway, 36 minutes, 1.34 fantasy points per minute. We see a big bump. We're not expecting Kemba Walker to be playing today on the back-to-back, so usage is 32, 33%, somewhere in that neighborhood, 27, 6.5, and 6. Pace neutral spot against Atlanta, but really nice spot against the Hawks. No one really set up to check Jayson Tatum, so I will happily get there. As you can see, Jaylen Brown coming in at number 9. I love this Celtics duo with Kemba out because everything runs through the two of them. They will dictate all of the decisions. We're talking about north of 30% usage on both guys. So whether it's Brown, whether it's Tatum, just because they're at 4 and 9, I mean, they're not separated by all that much. Whichever direction you want to go, I'm all for it. I like cornering the market on Tatum and Brown. When Kemba is out, they will run the Celtics. And now it all changes. We're starting to talk Spurs. Look at this jump from 17% likely to be in the optimal for Jayson Tatum to 33% for Patty Mills. Point guard, shooting guard eligibility, 4,300, projected for 29. The goal's 37. We're out of Spurs, basically. We're missing half the team. No White, no Keldon Johnson, no DeMar DeRozan, no Rudy Gay. I know I'm missing other guys. They got to fill a ton. They have like 9 active bodies. So he's normally a 0.83 fantasy point per minute guy. But I expect him to see a very sizable assist rate bump. I think that he's going to be just shy of a fantasy point per minute in at least 30 minutes, if not more. They're a bit heavier on big guys today and a bit thinner at the guard spots. So I think Patty Mills can see well north of 30, and I'd be very surprised, barring injury, if he saw anything less than 30. I think he looks fantastic. Oklahoma City is not anything you have to really be worried about, and he's going to have all the minutes he can handle. 30 minutes at 4,300 plus multi-position eligibility. There aren't many different directions that you should be going today. But if you are going different directions, it's just coming from the Spurs. For example, number 2, Lonnie Walker, 39% of the time in the optimal, even better than Patty Mills because he gets the illustrious shooting guard, small forward eligibility, and you know how much I love guard forward stuff. 3,700, 27 fantasy point projection, 35 point goal. 0.8 fantasy points per minute in what I have at 34 minutes. And again, that number could even be higher. Average usage, call it 20%, 15 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, maybe a steal, maybe a block, who knows? Again, you're betting on minutes. You are able to buy minutes at an incredibly cheap rate based on the Spurs today. So whether it's Mills, whether it's Walker, whether it's both of them, both of these guys are going into your cash lineups almost immediately. If you have enough salary left over and you can upgrade, maybe that works out. But these are two essentially cash game locks. And we haven't even hit on the number one guy yet. Spoiler alert, it's coming from the Spurs. But before we get to that number one guy, one last reminder, hit that thumbs up, pow. Looks like that, but underneath the video. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and then follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. It's the only place that you're going to be able to find updates to my sim results as we get closer to lock. Live before lock tonight, 6:30. I am on it with Greg Ehrenberg, so I'll be able to drop my updates somewhere in that 6:15 to 6:30 window. And finally, the number one contender on the slate, Trey Lyles, power forward center eligibility, which is incredibly helpful. Just 3,200. I've got him in for 34 minutes, 0.88 fantasy points per minute. That's 30 fantasy points with a goal of 33. He hits the goal 34% of the time. He's in the optimal lineup 56% of the time. Yes, you heard that right. If you think Patty Mills and Lonnie Walker are great plays, let me introduce you to Trey Lyles. You're not worried at all about what Oklahoma City has to offer today. This is just simply a minutes play at a minimal rate. You're playing at least 2 and probably all 3 of Lyles, Walker, and Mills. I assume all 3 start. If for some reason that Trey Lyles doesn't start and it's like they start LaMarcus Aldridge at the 4 and Keita Bates-Diop starts at the 3, we're still going to like all of these guys a lot. It's just going to open up more of Keita Bates-Diop and potentially like Jakob Poeltl or something like that. You're going to like everything from San Antonio for all intents and purposes. But Trey Lyles right now, if he is projected for 34 minutes, he is the clear-cut, no-brainer, best value option on the slate. You are putting him into every cash lineup first before you put in anybody else. And you're making up a large majority of your exposure in GPPs to rotating through all of these value Spurs guys. You might not want to have all 3 of them in the same lineup. That constricts your build, but you're going to need 2 or 3 for sure because there are no better pay down spots than San Antonio. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on Draftkings for Wednesday, February 24th. Again, I'm on live before lock tonight, so tune into that. I'm on the strategy show as well, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. with Laffy, so check that show out. Process show as well. I touch everything. I'm on everything today. I'm on everything today. I'm on everything tomorrow. You just cannot get rid of me. I'm everywhere. So if you did want to get rid of me, I don't know why you're watching the contenders because this is always just me. And I appreciate you guys watching. So like button, subscribe, Twitter. You guys know the drill. Good luck tonight. I'll talk to you tomorrow.